What is going on, everybody? Greg Ehrenberg here from Odd Chopper. It's Thursday, and it is time for Game 1 of the NBA Finals in between the Denver Nuggets and the Miami Heat. So as you come in, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel because we're about to break down all of the best bets of the day, not just for basketball, but we'll touch on baseball as well because there are some baseball games going on in the afternoon and at night, but a little bit more of a focus, understandably, on the NBA Finals, which are going to be starting. And if you want access to all of the tools and data that I'm about to be showing you on screen, we have a 7-day free trial available. No risk to it all. Totally free. Just click on the link below. Get 7 days. And I think you're going to like it. I think it's going to make money for you. And then you're just going to be in the ecosystem of us forever because you're going to make money in the 7-day free trial. And then the tool's just going to pay for itself as we go forward because we've got a lot of different projected bets in here, but then also different tools to manage your bankroll, including the ability to enter what your bankroll is here on screen. You put in any amount that you want, and it'll tell you what the recommended bet size is for each of these bets. But let's get into some of the top projected numbers on the board for Game 1 of the NBA Finals. And by the way, I'm projecting the Nuggets to end up winning. I don't know who you guys are picking. Maybe let me know below in the comment section. I'm riding with the Nuggets in the NBA Finals, though. And a couple of bets that are standing out here that I like. Number one is going to be Jamal Murray for under 3.5 threes. And I know Jamal Murray's had some really big games in the postseason, but overall, he's averaging right around 3 threes made per game in the playoffs. And 3.5 is just a super high prop to expect him to hit 4 more often than he would hit 3. So we have, even though there's some juice here, minus 140, we do have the fair line projected at minus 160. So a player here in Jamal Murray who's averaging, like I said, right around 3 threes made per game in the playoffs and over under 3.5 threes does seem like a pretty high mark there. So I'm going to be siding with the under there on Jamal Murray. And an over here on our guy Nikola Jokic. So Jokic has been playing a different role in the postseason than he played in the regular season. What's really stand out is a difference in usage for Jokic. So if you look at him over the course of the playoffs, his usage rate is north of 30%. Whereas in the regular season, he was in like the mid to high 20% usage range. So just kind of stands to reason. Higher leverage games, Nikola Jokic is taking on more shots. He's taking on more bulk of the offense. And also he's just playing more minutes. If you look at the minutes that he played last series against the Los Angeles Lakers, even though it was a sweep, it's not like this was, the Nuggets having to play from behind or anything like that in the series. Still, we saw Jokic play 42.5 minutes, 42 minutes, 38 minutes, and 45.5 minutes in that 4-game sweep over the Lakers. So I expect him to play north of 40 minutes today. I expect that usage rate to maintain over 30%. With that in mind, I like him for over 27.5 points. One other one that's standing out here from the Denver side of the game, Aaron Gordon, over 20.5 PRA. And it's been an up and down postseason for Aaron Gordon, but he had one of the best seasons of his career in the regular season, ended up averaging right around 16 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists per game. So, you're looking at a guy who had 24 PRA, was right around what he was averaging in the regular season. And now the number is 20.5 to open the finals when we should be expecting more minutes out of Aaron Gordon. And also, he broke out of his little funk in the closeout game against the Lakers, 22 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, played 41 minutes. I think we're looking at close to 40 minutes for Aaron Gordon. And when you consider that he averaged 24 PRA in the regular season to right around 30 minutes, I really do like the over 20.5 here for Aaron Gordon. So those are my 3 favorite numbers to look at from the Denver side of the game. If we go ahead and look at the Miami side, a couple things that are standing out to me. One is going to be Kyle Lowry for under 14.5 PRA. And there's a couple of players that really make the unders for Kyle Lowry stand out. One, Caleb Martin, right? Caleb Martin has been excellent in the postseason. And the other one is Gabe Vincent. So because the Heat have been relying on these guys a little bit more as of late, we've just seen reduced playing time for Lowry. The last 2 games against Boston, game 6, game 7, Lowry only played 18 and 24 minutes. So if we're only getting 20-ish minutes out of Kyle Lowry, it's tough to expect a lot of big counting stats. So I like the under 14.5 PRA for him. And then one other one, Max Strus over 2.5 threes. On paper, I think the Denver Nuggets are the far superior team to the Miami Heat. So how do the Miami Heat close the gap? What do they do to make up the difference? The same exact thing they did against the Boston Celtics, launch threes. We saw Max Strus be a guy who's capable of having big shooting performances at times. He's certainly not hesitant to take the shots. So right here, we've got him over 2.5 threes. We've got the fair line projected at plus 138. Line's available plus 145. That's really why I like it. It's just the plus money on it. It's not like I expect Max Strus more often than not to put up 3 or 4 threes, but I think that he's just a little bit too wide of odds here. So plus 145. I like the over 2.5 threes for Maxsters. Let's touch on baseball now and see what is standing out for the baseball slate. And let's see, sorting by EV here, not too much that's standing out. One thing that does make a little bit of sense here, the Toronto Blue Jays against the Milwaukee Brewers for over 8 runs. We did see yesterday the Blue Jays had to exhaust their bullpen. Alek Manoah has just been absolutely terrible this year. Hasn't been able to work into games, hasn't been effective. So his pitch count got worked up really quickly in that game, was only able to pitch a few innings. That led to Milwaukee getting into Toronto's bullpen early. So that could play a factor in this game. Not a mass amount of value, 2% ROI, but still over 8 runs makes sense as long as it's at plus money. And then one other prop here that I want to highlight, over 1.5 total bases for Masataka Yoshida. It looks like, barring an injury, he's going to win the American League Rookie of the Year. He's already becoming one of the better hitters in the American League. We're getting plus 135 odds on him for over 1.5 total bases. He had another big game yesterday, hit a home run, had a double. Yoshida just keeps getting it done every day, and I don't think the books have adjusted to how good he's been to this point. So I like Yoshida over 1.5 total bases at plus 135. Let's see what we have for prize picks. And by the way, like I said, guys, 7-day free trial available to you if you just click on that link below. What is standing out on prize picks? So all basketball props for here. We've got a 6-leg flex parlay, 7% expected EV, under 12.5 points for Gabe Vincent, under 36.5 PRA for Jamal Murray, under 27.5 points for Jimmy Butler. We've actually had a lot of success lately taking unders on Jimmy Butler's points. He's low-key not been great over the last couple of weeks, and books keep giving him massive points props. So he's been hitting the under on a lot of those. Bam Adebayo under 3.5 assists, Michael Porter Jr. under 7.5 assists, and then one we talked about before, Aaron Gordon over 20.5 PRA. So 6-leg flex parlay on prize picks for game 1 of the NBA Finals, and this rates out as a pretty positive EV1. So I like this right here, looking at this flex play on prize picks. Now let's look at the parlay builder. Check out what we have for FanDuel. Let's see. Yeah, here's a good one. We have, I'll take out the NBA, the NHL Stanley Cup game. Here we go. 13-1 parlay, 21% expected EV, under 6.5 strikeouts at plus money for Max Scherzer. I love Scherzer, but is he past peak now? Whereas he was somebody who was in the Cy Young race not all that long ago, a couple years ago, but he's dealt with a lot of injuries this year and last year. And while he's been effective overall this year, we've seen the top of the Mets rotation struggle a little bit between Max Scherzer and Justin Verlander. I do wonder if they're starting to age a little bit. Plus money on under 6.5 strikeouts for Scherzer. Don't mind that. Blue Jays, I'm actually going to take this one out. Yeah, I'm going to take out the Blue Jays run line. Actually, that did increase our expected EV. So we got Scherzer, Hunter Green under 6.5 strikeouts on the road against the Red Sox. And then not one I feel great about here with Nikola Jokic under 51.5 PRA. So I'm going to take that out. And I'm actually going to add in the Lowry under 14.5. Yeah, so this is a 3% expected EV. So you can use the parlay builder, play around with different combinations, see what ultimately ends up popping up as positive or negative EV. But adding in this Kyle Lowry prop for under 14.5 PRA with the Hunter Green, the Max Scherzer, we do have a little bit of value here on a prop that is 5-1 odds. So I like this. I think this is a decent little parlay for us here over at FanDuel. 16% expected win rate, good for a 3% expected EV. So that's going to do it for me, guys. If you haven't done it yet, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you have any questions or comments for myself, download Chalkboard. Chalkboard is totally free to download. I post some additional bets in there, answer your guys' questions. Every once in a while, we do promotions and giveaways, and it's free. What better price is that? You download the app below, and then also that is going to get you into our channel in Chalkboard, totally free. That does it for me today, guys. Enjoy the NBA Finals today. I hope you're having a great week. See you back here tomorrow.